studio. It's Froyle here. I'm so glad you've joined me. Today we're creating something beautiful, something special for a very fussy client. I'm using the beautiful papers that I created last week with all the glorious acrylic paints and inks. Weren't they just so fantastic? We're going to put them together today with a few other jelly prints, some papers, and create a mixed media collage that's going to make my mum happy. These are the colors and it has to match this collage painting hanging in her bedroom. Everything's so perfect, everything's so color coordinated. So I have to get this right. Now, I created this collage for her last year. It's a fabulous episode. Have a look here and watch it. Now, this collage has to hang right next to it on this blank section of the wall. So we're going to use a canvas in the same size. We're going to match the same colors because we have to keep Mum happy. So I've pulled out all the fabulous papers from last week. What else are we going to add with it? Let's have a look. These are the beautiful papers that I have from last week. I asked Mum to choose which ones she liked because we've got to get this right. This is one of her favorite colors. It's that deep orangey rust color. She absolutely loves it. And this is the cushion from her room. So I think we're doing well for color choice of the papers. Some of them are a bit thicker. Some of them are a little thinner and softer, especially the beautiful rice papers and mulberry papers that I was creating last week. I'm also going to use some jelly prints that I have that are going to work in the same color palette, and we'll have to find some other focal points and different items of interest that she particularly likes. So let's pull out the canvas. Let's get going. I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So my canvas is 18 inches by 24 inches, which is the same size as the other one that's already hanging on the wall. So we're going to be able to match them nicely. They'll hang beautifully, keep her happy. You can see the goal here, right? And what I'm going to do first is wrap beautiful color around the side because I really love that. I think it's really important to have the sides of the canvas just as beautiful as the front. Now, I like to use colored tissue. I've showed you how to create this beautiful colored tissue before. It's really, really easy. Similar to the paper that we saturated last week, but it's on white tissue. Don't forget to put it on plastic so you can peel it off again. But if you don't want to create the colored tissue, because it does, yes, require a lot of paint and inks, it makes a big mess. I've got a brand new pack in my shop of colored tissue in my collage paper packs. Absolutely beautiful. And this pack has multiple colors, a variety of beautifully saturated tissue pieces that I've personally created and colored. The packs are a limited edition because I probably am not going to make them again. They're in the shop now. Have a look, and there's a few other varieties as well. So I'm going to start by putting the matte gel medium on the sides of the canvas, a little bit on the front, so that I can wrap these glorious colors around the edge. Looks beautiful. It finishes the canvas off nicely, and as long as you've got colors similar to what you know you're going to be putting on the front, then you can't lose really. You can always add to them if it's not exactly the color that you want or you want a different edge, but I find that starting this way gets me moving. It gets me thinking about what I'm creating. It gets me putting paper on the canvas, so it kind of really breaks that blank canvas syndrome. And then you're actually off the starting blocks, you're moving along, and once you're moving, your creativity just kicks in. And then you'll get more brilliant ideas as you're putting the beautiful paper around the sides. It's a win-win. Right, the sides are all finished, looking fabulous. I love using the colored tissue because it's soft, it's malleable, so it's easy to turn around the corners of the canvas and to glue down. simple matte gel medium and wear away. So they're looking fabulous, and it's a really, really good way to start the canvas. Now the next thing is to decide which papers I'm going to use. Of course, I have way more than I need. That's always the case. But I know that Mum loves these ones particularly because they're in deeper tones. We're going to use some of the lighter ones, and she absolutely loves the new dance moves. So I could use some of this one that I put through the printer on the coloured paper. That works really well. I could also use some on the white tissue because the white tissue then dissolves into the background colour. So that's going to be great. They're both definite options, but I think I'll start with this particular jelly print because it will make a great base and foundation. Now this jelly print I pulled this morning on my plate using my Dance Moves mask. It's absolutely fabulous. I love using these masks. So I was working with the iridescent bronze fine, rich copper, pulling the prints one after the other using the same piece of wet strength tissue. Worked out fabulous. Totally love it. And I think I might start with that one first. The jelly prints go down really easy with the matte gel medium, so do the lighter weight mulberry papers. They're really soft, they're really beautiful. Look how sparkly it is. She's gonna love it. Now, when it comes to the thicker papers, the thicker mulberry papers, or the traditional Chinese rice paper that I was using last week, they're going to need a more robust adhesive, so you might need to pull out some PVA because it's going to be a lot stronger. I'm thinking that probably this piece could do with a little PVA, definitely this piece, and maybe this piece, which I think I might put there on next, maybe, baby. Oh, this one, that's pretty nice too. Oh man. Maybe I'll do them both. Okay, I'll put them both on. Nice layer of PVA mixed in with a little bit of matte medium because it was on my brush. That's gonna work. I'm thinking up that way. Or do I like it that way? No, I like it the other way. Let's put it up there, like there on the edge. Those marks on it look really good with that beautiful Chinese gold. Now we can change these papers as we go along. If it doesn't work out exactly like I'm hoping, or the colors aren't working, we can deepen them or lighten them or add more of the beautiful gold on them, or add anything really. Add more mark making, add more color, change the colors, add more shapes. It really is endless what you can do with a mixed media collage painting, which is probably one of the reasons why I absolutely love creating like this, especially in an intuitive approach. So I'm pretty much making it up as I go along. I know the colors that she's going to like, and I've got all of these amazing beautiful papers that I made last week, so it's really not that hard. It's just a matter of sticking it on the canvas, having a look then once it's all covered with some background papers, and deciding on some focal points, a few interesting areas, maybe tweaking the composition a little, and there you go. Easy peasy. So once you've made all of those magnificent papers from last week's episode, this is what you can do next. Pull out a canvas and create something beautiful, even if you're giving it to someone else. So I think I might pull out some of the Dance Moves papers, maybe some more of that fabulous jelly print with the masks, and then we'll see where we're at. The intuitive approach really is about putting something on the canvas, seeing how it looks, responding to that, and then putting something else on it. You've got this, so you can do it easy. It's just a matter of trusting yourself, allowing yourself to create, not criticizing what you're working on, because if you don't like it, you're not finished. If something's not working, change it. Cover it over with something else, add another layer or some different texture, and then see how you like it and continue on. Now, I'm going to put this on somewhere. I haven't actually decided. I just know that Mum really loves these dance moves shapes. She finds them very happy, and we like happy. So I'm going to put them on. Now, I may or may not like it when I put it on. I might want to cover it or change it, move it. Probably not going to be able to move it because it's on ordinary white tissue. So that's going to be too hard to pull off again. But you just have to trust that you've got great ideas. You're good at making these decisions, and then you can always move it, change it, add something to it. I could throw some paint on it if I don't like it after I put it down, but it'll be all right. Just keep going. Don't criticize what you're working on until you actually moved along some, because most of the time when we're creating something, halfway through it, we hate it. That's just part of the creative process. You've got to push past that particular point and keep going. And if you're still hating it and you think it's finished, it's not finished. There's something else you can do to it so you don't hate it. But the background's now down with all the beautiful coloured papers from last week's. I love the different variety of the rice papers and the mulberry papers. They've all got a splash of gold, so it's mixing really well. It's actually really easy doing it like this because all the papers are similar tones. I now just have to decide what else I'm going to add to it, which focal points I want to put on next, and then I'll probably have to let it dry, perhaps do some mark making. Not really sure, haven't actually decided because I already told you my secret. I'm making it up as I go along. But it'll be fine, it'll all work out. We'll get there. The colours are what really matters the most, and as long as they're matching her room with all of her beautiful things, then we're gonna be okay. Right, so they're down. I'm gonna go and, oopsies, got a hole in it. It'll be all right. I'm gonna go and have a look for some other focal points of something else I might want to add to the canvas. Now I'm purposely ripping some holes in it so it has more of a textured look. Now, Mum really loves these beautiful little lotus flowers. This is a mask set from PM Artist Studio. They really are very beautiful. They're in iridescent bronze fine because that's what I printed them in. I have both the positive and the negative print using the mask on the gel plate. Aren't they just beautiful? Yes, they are. So I'm thinking of putting a couple of these beautiful prints on the collage because the colors are going to work, and I know she likes this shape. I also might add some of the beautiful handmade roses. This is a Kozo paper, and if you're looking at the Kozo papers, which are magnificent on their website, don't forget the discount code because it really is worth it. These are beautiful. I'm thinking maybe baby some of these circles with the lotus flowers on the canvas as a beautiful focal point. Maybe 3 because, you know, we always have to have an odd number. Let's perhaps put 3 on there and have a look and see if we like that idea. And then I might go and have another look, have a little sneaky peek in her bedroom at what other colors are on the other canvas, because we might want to add a little contrasting color or perhaps a little texture in something else. But we'll have a look at these first to see how they're going to work, and then we'll see if we need anything else with them. Right, so all of the beautiful lotus flowers are now glued on and they look great. I'm very happy with them. The handmade roses look beautiful, and all of it will become a little more transparent as it dries from the matte gel medium. But I do think that the white starkness of the textured paper is a little bit off-putting. So we have my fabulous bronze shimmer which is an eye zinc spray. I absolutely love it. It fixes everything. Everything just needs a little spritzer with bronze shimmer. Makes the whole world a much better place. So that just took the stark whiteness off those textured handmade roses And it creates a little bit of speckle as well, which we like. You might just, you know, spritzer it around in a few other places. So what do we think? What do we think? I'm loving it. Now I'm going to add a little bit of this Dance Moves paper. Yes, I created it last week when all of these papers were created because I'm loving the feel of it in that vertical line coming down like that. And I think I might put it up there as well because these colors are in Mum's duvet on her bed, so that's going to make her very happy. She really does like matching. So let's put those pieces there, and she particularly likes the Dance Moves. I think I also might get my stencil out and stencil a bigger Dance Moves there, and I know that she's partial to a couple of the shapes more than others, so I'll go and ask her and see which one she particularly likes the best and then put them on that section there. Loving the spritzer of bronze on the white, but you know, I'm thinking I could add the mask, the beautiful bronze mask that I used to pull those prints. I'm thinking I could actually glue them on the white handmade roses like that, because then it has a three-dimensional quality. And I did that with the last collage, except that time I was using leaves. So if I put that there, look how fabulous that would be. I think we need to snip the stem, and then they'll have a beautiful three-dimensional quality on the canvas, and that is always fun. Yep, something like that. I'm thinking that there. Let's put a stencil down there of the Dance Moves, stick those on, and I think we're going to be done. I was thinking about putting a contrast color on it, maybe some of the blue that's in her duvet color, the blue-gray kind of color, but I don't think I will, because if I put a contrast color on it now, that's all you're going to see. Your eye's just going to go to that contrast color, and I don't want that, because I want the focus to be the beautiful lotus flowers, and I want to have that sprinkle of movement in the Dance Moves that are all in a vertical format. So I'm sticking to the plan. I'm liking this very much as it is. I may splash a little bit more of the Chinese ink around. That's highly possible, but I will have to let all of this dry before I do that, and that could be a lot of fun. The collage is looking beautiful, don't you think? I think we're moving along very well. So I added some of the beautiful stencil butter copper penny through one of the Dance Moves stencils. They look just glorious. The color is amazing. And I chose the two different shapes that my mum really likes the best. She wanted to call them names because she loves these shapes so much. But they look fabulous on the collage. The colour's going to match her cushion on her bed so perfectly. And then I splashed the Chinese ink onto the collage because I wanted to make the top layer of the painting blend in with the underneath layers. So by putting the Chinese ink on, spreading it across, it just makes a more uniform composition. I sprayed it with a little bit of spritzer of water just so it softened the marks, so it looks more like the other papers underneath. It matches really well, don't you think? Yes, I do. And it looks glorious. The colour works really well with the colours in Mum's duvet on her bed. That's going to work. It's coming together really well. I know it's going to look fabulous on her wall. So I'm going to now let all of these layers dry. And then I think I'll give it a bit of a varnish just to uniform the papers and to seal everything. Now I like to use a satin varnish, especially when I'm using such textured papers. You don't want it super glossy, but sometimes, you know, you don't want it matte flat. You want to bring out the rich colors of those beautiful acrylic inks and paints, and you want it all to just have a little bit of a sheen. So this is the Atelier brand satin varnish that I like to use into a disposable bowl with a soft brush, and I brush it on. Pretty simple. I only use one coat and it's done. Signed it, The sides are looking glorious. It's all finished. Now all there is to do next is to hang it on the wall. Have a look at how good it looks in her room. All the colours are matching. And is she happy? Because that's what really matters. Now, if you need some help with your mixed media collage painting to get it to completion so you can hang it on the wall, I've just started some one-on-one personal art coaching sessions. You can find out more information on my website, froyalart.com. It's brand new, personal 1 hour art coaching sessions to help you develop your creativity or put a body of work together or push your art career further or just finish something that you're working on when you're stuck. So have a look on my website. You'll find out more information and then we can talk one-on-one and get right into the nitty-gritty. Thanks for joining me today. I had a lot of fun. The beautiful mixed media collage is a huge success. She's very happy, which makes my life a lot better. I absolutely loved creating this collage. The colors are beautiful, the textured papers are glorious, and I really enjoyed showing you what to do once you have that pile of beautiful papers, how you can create gorgeous collages to hang on your own walls. Now, if you want to find more information for my stencils and stamps, digital collage papers, have a look in the description under the video, and I'll leave you with the episode when I created the first beautiful collage for her room, and you'll notice that she still has the same duvet and pillows. So we got to use the same beautiful colors. It's a whole lot of fun, and I'll see you next time in the studio.